Hey, my name is Sean. Welcome to Echoes in Eternity Bourbon. Have you ever found in life that one of your heroes growing up is maybe transitioned into something else?
I think it was a little bit of both. It started within the huddle, making sure we get the play call out clean. I mean, it was loud there, but you have to find ways to get around that in this league.
So, Super Bowl yesterday. Man, I don't know about you all, but it was kind of slow. You know, fourth quarter and overtime, I thought it was a competitive game all the way around. Fourth quarter and overtime, definitely was fantastic at that point, because it's a sudden death. This is where people rise and fall, and I was very happy to see the Kansas City Chiefs win. Even though I feared I might have put the kiss of death on him, it took him to overtime to score in overtime to win the game. So I think maybe the curse has finally been broken. That's outstanding. Hunt video today. A lot of neat things happened in this neighborhood as far as a bottle being released yesterday. So, I'll give you some more details on that. Getting closer to that 2,000 member mark, which we'll have 7 bottles given away plus a sample pack. So we'll have a stag. We're gonna have a Four Roses store pick. We're gonna have a Elijah Craig C923. We're gonna have the 2XO American whiskey in there, so that'll be nice. Looking for that. So American Oak, and then we got an Eagle Rare 1 liter Buffalo Trace, and we got a Knob Creek Longhorn, which is only something that they make for the Longhorn restaurant. So that's pretty cool too. It's a 100 proofer. Tell me in the comments, what were your thoughts on the game yesterday? What was your most exciting time? It's I was texting back and forth with Jesus, the Bloody 81. He actually started. He's like, "Man, this game's boring." I'm like, "You ain't lying." I said that. I said, unfortunately, the most interesting thing that's happened so far at that time was I felt bad for the 49ers linebacker who blew out his Achilles just running onto the field. And then there was the halftime show, which was good. I mean, I enjoyed it. The ladies had a great time with it. They were dancing where we were at. So it was a lot of fun there. Yesterday, went through a few things. This one is that Starlight Blackberry flavored whiskey. The ladies really liked that. They hammered it down pretty good. And this is that Remus store pick I picked up the other day. A couple of the ladies and a couple of the guys, myself included, I did old fashions with them. So we went through pretty good on a couple of bottles there. Plus, I'll have some bottle kills that I'll have to share at a later date this week. Just don't have the heart to talk about it right now. But all in all, it was a great time. Great food, great company. Time really slowed down. We had a nice time. So fantastic about that. Let me let you get into the video. I want to get your thoughts on some things there. And I'll tell about also, what was released in this area and what I was able to pick up. But enjoy the video. See you in a minute. Welcome back. So, Bottle Shop never disappoints. They always do an amazing job. Yesterday, they released a store pick Eagle Rare, and I was at, and thankfully so. We were in Auburn yesterday with my niece for her birthday, which is today. Happy birthday, Elizabeth. Um, and so when we were there, they were releasing that at the same time that we were eating in Auburn. So I figured, well, maybe I'll have a chance after, we get done. And there was no rush, having a nice time with Elizabeth, hanging out with the family and stuff, that I could get by there and maybe get a bottle or two. There was a limit of two, which was nice. I like how they kind of said, hey, you're not going to get more than a couple bottles. So I'm sitting there eating and I get a text like 20 minutes after it drops and goes, they're all gone. I'm like, wow, that was fast. So very cool for a lot of the people in the area. We've got an Eagle Rare that we're giving away at that 2,000 member mark, but it would have been a store pick bottle shop. Does an amazing stuff with store picks yesterday. It's well all the time, but yesterday we happened to be the Eagle Rare. So missed out on that, but that's okay. You can't get them all the time. But had a great time with family. Did get a couple of very nice things. One I'm super stoked about in a trade yesterday. So prior to eating with my niece, I was able to meet up with a member of the channel. And he had been looking for a specific bottle, and and he says, "Here's some of the options." And I'm like, "Oh, I love this. Was this fair?" And he was like, "Yeah, that is super fair." So I'm like, "Cool." And on top of that, he if you as a kid growing up, big time sports card guy, and he says, "Well, who are your teams?" And I'm like, I'm an Auburn fan. I love the Dolphins, and he brought me two super freaking cool cards. One of them is a Bo Jackson Donruss rated rookie. And then he also got a rated rookie for Tua that he got from me, two cards. He's also a card collector. So thankful for that. I mean, that just brought out the geek in me as well, growing up and enjoying those things. So thankful for that. But let me show you the two bottles that I did pick up and trade. Now, this is just a representation. And I'll tell you about that in a minute. This actually says single barrel on it, but it was a small batch yesterday. I was able to get an E.H. Taylor small batch, but it did not leave. It did not make it home because my brother-in-law, Dwayne, I met him up and I had some things for him. He's got a friend coming in visiting, and he's like, how attached are you to that E.H. Taylor? And I'm like, I'm not, I'll get it to you at MSRP. And he's like, please, he said, I'll take it. He says, because I got a buddy coming in, I want to open up some bottles and I want to have some fun with. So I was like, cool. So the E.H. Taylor small batch didn't make it home, but it made it into the hands of my brother-in-law. He's going to have a great time with that with his friend. I hope that they have a nice time just catching up and having some beverages. The bottle that I was really super, super stoked about is the Maker's Mark Cellar Age. Now, I do not have the bottle. I do now, but I did not have the bottle. But I've also got some samples. Now, one of these is going out to a member, Eric. So when I catch up with Eric, I've got him some samples. And these were from Too Tall Paul. I've also got a sample for myself. So the question is when are you going to open your bottle? I said, I need to open the sample first, and then I'll have that spirited debate. When do I open the bottle? So was very excited about this. Like I said, even though I didn't get some of the Eagle Rare store picks, and that's going to happen from time to time. Life comes into play, but there's nothing to cry about. But I did end up with two awesome bottles yesterday, and somebody else got something that they were really looking forward to, and I got two cool sports cards. So I'm very excited. So I hope you guys had an amazing day yesterday. If you happened to work yesterday or you're working today, this is my last off day before I go back into the office. I hope your work day goes by fast and you're successful. I hope when you get that off time that it just dials it down a little bit and you get a little more clear in the things that you're doing. You're doing some things for yourself. You're doing some of the things that you like. But most importantly, all, cheers and God bless. I hope you all have an amazing day. Thank you.